Tropical Storm Debbie has been rapidly strengthening throughout the day today. The storm is expected to reach hurricane strength before making landfall tomorrow. A state of emergency has already been declared in dozens of counties across Florida. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says significant flooding is expected in north central Florida in particular. Audrey Puente is here now with our full forecast. We don't get that just yet, but looks like we've got a lot of rain.
Yeah, we did have some rain come through earlier today. It did produce some downpours across the tri-state area, but things are much quieter as of this late hour here. Our high temperature today made it to 83 degrees in Central Park. That was about a quarter after 1 o'clock this afternoon. Our average high is about 85, so we were below average for a change. Not quite the record high, though. That was 100 degrees set back in the 1940s. Right now, we're mostly in the 70s across the tri-state area. It is feeling a bit muggy, though, because our dew points are also in the 70s. So we still have a very humid air mass in place, although it's not very hot. It still feels quite uncomfortable with those high humidity levels. Our winds are nice and light. They were pretty blustery earlier this afternoon. And so far our radar is showing that things are much drier, too. The rain from earlier is now shifted off to the east. We're still getting a few lingering showers across the South Fork of Long Island here, and some cloud cover, too, across much of Long Island, with clearer skies being found west of the city at the moment. A clearing line is coming in from the west, and again, we will be nice and dry as we go through the overnight hours. It could be an isolated sprinkle, but I think we should stay relatively dry. We still have the cold front in our vicinity, and until it pushes offshore, we're still going to have the chance for that isolated shower. Now, we're watching two other areas of low pressure here just to our west. We have one sitting over Chicago, or at least north of Chicago, and one over towards the west here in between Billings and Minneapolis. Both of these will be influencing our weather over the next couple of days, keeping us still with a chance of scattered showers and maybe even some afternoon thunderstorms. Also glaring here on the map, this is Debbie that we just spoke about, Arthur just talked about just before the weather section here, and we are seeing it sitting. It is still in the Gulf of Mexico here. It hasn't made landfall just yet. However, it has been producing some significant rainfall along the western half of Florida as well as into the panhandle here. So we had an advisory come in at about 8 o'clock, and it's just under hurricane status with its 70-mile-per-hour winds. Once it reaches 74, then it'll be classified as a Category 1 storm, and that is expected to happen before it makes landfall, it looks like, by early on Monday. Probably early, let's say early afternoon, possibly right around lunchtime is when they expect it to make landfall there. And it's going to be very slow moving out of the southeastern states. Here is where it's expected to be on Friday. Keep in mind, this is a whole week bringing significant rainfall across the southeastern states, so flooding is going to be the major issue that we'll be hearing about over the next several days in this part of the country. All right, back here at home, things are much quieter, of course. We have that cold front pushing through. It'll allow us to have sunshine to start off our Monday here. Now, temperatures are going to be hot tomorrow once again. It also will be a humid day and quite uncomfortable, but this will be the hottest of the next several days. We do have a cold front in our vicinity. Here comes that low I just pointed out to the west. That can help spark off a couple of showers late in the day on Monday, as well as into the evening. Tuesday, we'll start out with a mix of sun and clouds, and then once again, this front will be the catalyst for a couple of showers and storms to fire up here towards the afternoon, and especially late on Tuesday night, overnight into Wednesday. So we're going to stay unsettled over the next couple of days, but the good news is our high temperatures are going to be taking a big drop. Tonight, we go to only 72 in the city. Tomorrow, going to 92, so we'll be hot, but this will be the hottest day of the week. We drop into the 80s on Tuesday, 70s for highs on Wednesday and Thursday, and then we're watching by the end of the week for the remnants of Debbie to reach our area, and that could produce some tropical downpours across the region going into the weekend. Arthur, over to you.
Hey, thank you so much, Audrey. Well, look at this. The NYPD apprehended a slithery suspect today. Police responded to a call about a snake roaming around in the West Village just this morning. Officers caught up with this 3-foot serpent at Washington and 12th Street. Unable to shed the cops, it was placed in a plastic container and brought to an animal care center. Investigators are now trying to figure out where it came from. Celebrating Ecuadorian culture in Queens today. Up next, we're headed out to the annual parade in Jackson Heights, marking the country's Independence Day.